G'day viewers, welcome to Wangafat Wednesday.
G'day viewers, how you going? G'day, I'm back.
This is, if you've never seen it before, or even if you had, it's still true. It's an acronym. Who am I not giving a fuck about today? Today, not giving a fuck about climate change deniers who pretend they're not climate change deniers and they think just because they tell such an obvious fucking lie that they don't have to answer for it.
Yes, that's them.
And this has been brought to the forefront in Australia this week by our wonderful federal government, who are full of people who meet that fucking description, who've decided, hey, I'm going to throw $4 million at the University of Western Australia to have a famous climate change denier spin his bullshit.
And it is bullshit too.
And the worst bit of the bullshit is him pretending he's not a climate change denier. His name is Bjorn Lomborg, and he's been doing this thing like this, oh no, climate change is real, we just shouldn't do anything about it.
Yay! What a freaking result! That is genius thinking, of course. Of course, we're all going to fucking burn, scrape or drown, but we shouldn't do anything about it. Oh, this is awesome!
It's the mutation of the climate change deniers. It's not real. It's not real. Oh, it's a little bit real, but it's not as real. It's real, but we shouldn't do anything.
Don't give a shit. Don't care. Let the grandkiddies handle it, and fuck them. Really, they can't spend any money anyway because we tanked it during the bloody GST.
And he does evil shit like say, I think malaria is a bigger issue. If you think climate change is important, you want millions of people to die from malaria.
Yeah, what a fucking prick you are. You don't even like the bloody brown kiddies dying of diarrhea. Because that's how science works. If you pay one thing, you can't spend it on another. No, it's not like we should frickin' prioritise all science. What would we do in there? Like, shit, you wouldn't even get Bible readings in. You freaks!
Yeah, it's like this false binary that, if you research and fund things to hopefully stop us all dying in climate change, you can't do anything for malaria. It's like this. He thinks it's the schoolyard where the bloody climate science kiddies come and beat up the malaria kiddies and take their research. It doesn't work like that. It does when you're this government.
When you're a federal government.
When you shut down the Climate Council, when you fund shit like this, when you say insane shit about wind turbines.
I'm loving the wind turbine stuff, because wind turbines are a scourge, a freaking scourge, according to our federal government cabinet, because they spin round and round and they have a syndrome.
They are seriously throwing money at an investigation into the non-existent wind turbine syndrome.
The syndrome, it's not just a thing, it's a many-faceted thing, which is in a thing, which is a syndrome. I've got a syndrome.
You got more than one syndrome, buddy.
I've got a syndrome of syndromes, and none of them are wind turbines, but I reckon if I follow this investigation closely, I could get compensation for having my power sucked into my bloody electric socket made by a wind turbine that hurt me in the mind.
That's about the depth of the research that's going on. It's like, some people say they're having a bad feeling. But some people say there are a subterranean race of lizard people that secretly control the world.
That's a thing.
It's a thing.
David Eck says.
David Eck is a thing.
He's a thing. He says a lot of stuff, and there's like, you got, bloody Queen Elizabeth, and then you got like Bonnie Prince Charlie and Big Georgie. Yeah, come on, Georgie.
That was a really disturbing twist.
Yeah, good on you, Georgie.
But it's just, this is the insanity we're dealing with. We have Treasurer Joe Hockey complaining that wind turbines are unsightly because open-cut mines and coal-fired power plants are so beautiful.
They are beautiful. They make me cry. And it's not just the acid rain in my eyes making them sting, or the coal burning the membranes in my throat, chest and lungs. It's not just that. It's pride. It's freaking pride. Fucking Australian pride. That's what it is. I look at an open-cut mine and I see progress. I don't see friggin' trees or black fellas or culture. I see friggin' progress. I see drag lines and I see a building of a nation.
See, this thing with funding research into wind turbine syndrome, funding this climate change denial, it's almost inconsequential because, okay, it's millions of dollars, But it's nothing when you look at the billions of dollars in subsidies the mining companies get, the power plants get, the billions of dollars in healthcare costs caused directly by the smoke spewing out of the coal-fired power plants, the billions of dollars of environmental damage. A couple million doesn't really figure in, but it's just the insult of it.
It is the insult of it. Yeah, it's like you've been shot and you're dying, and then this comes along.
And they're teabagging you.
They are teabagging
You've been shot in the back by this nasty, sniping little camper bastard who's got no sense of decency, and you're choking on your own blood, and in comes Joe Hockey and teabags you.
And he's, and it's not a nice image to having Joe Hockey teabag you, because he's wearing a Sailor Moon costume.
Oh, please.
And he's going,
You can't take that.
I could go on.
No, you couldn't.
I could go on, but...
The lawyers must have said no.
The lawyers were fine with it. It's
really?
The psychologists in Team Angry that were going, don't do that. You've already seen Fornier's gangrene pictures, pictures of Aisie's scrote rotten off. This is way worse, and there's some things you can't know that man should not see. Man should not see. It's like most of the cabinet, they're all lizard people too.
Honestly, you look at Tony Abbott in action, and it's easy to start believing the lizard people thing.
Yeah, like his chameleon bloody circuit doesn't work anymore. He's just he can't shape change back to human.
Yeah, and some crazy shit's happening with Christopher Pine as well.
I know, isn't it awesome? Like in his whole face, comes out, as he eats spiders. Like it's endearing. It's endearing to the other spider creatures.
Yeah, the other spider creatures.
Imagine, like Speaker Bishop turning up with 9 legs sprouting out of a neck. What are you doing, Piney?
That sounds horribly plausible.
You can do that.
I'm going to say.
Can you do that? Yeah, David Eck, he's taught me a few things. Mostly about sodomy, though.
Yeah, well, that's the English public school system for you.
Yeah, that's good for something.
Oh, okay. But yeah, look, in short, if you're still a climate change denier, or worse, the denier who lies about what you're actually doing, fucking done with you. No engagement whatsoever. If you want to say this money spent on Bjorn Lomborg is a good idea, I don't give a fuck about you.